Stepchildren told me I needed to know my place in their house, so I did. My place was gone, along with every dollar, every ounce of effort, and every bit of love I had poured into that family. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Venomous Vows. I want to share a story that taught me one of the hardest truths in life. You can't buy respect, and you can't force people to love you. My name is Kevin. I'm 43 years old, and I've been working as an electrician for over 2 decades. I've always been a provider, the type of man who fixes things, whether it's wiring, cars, or people's problems. 7 years ago, I thought I was fixing more than appliances. I thought I was building a blended family. Instead, I learned I was just funding one. I met Rebecca when I was 36. She was 2 years younger than me, smart, charismatic, the kind of woman who could light up a room with her presence. She was divorced, raising 3 kids on her own: Tyler, 14, Ashley, 12, and Jordan, 10. At the time, I was renting a modest 2-bedroom apartment and saving up to buy my own place. Rebecca and the kids were stuck in a rundown rental. The landlord never fixed anything, and her ex, Derek, was always months behind on child support. 8 months into dating, I made what I thought was a grand romantic gesture. I found a beautiful 4-bedroom house in a good school district and suggested we move in together. I would handle the down payment and mortgage, and she'd take care of groceries and smaller expenses. It felt like a fair team effort. The kids seemed thrilled. Finally, their own rooms, a big backyard, even a basement they could turn into a game room. I worked tirelessly setting it all up. Tyler got his gaming setup, Ashley a cozy study corner, Jordan a special reading nook. I wanted them to feel like it wasn't just my house. It was theirs too. For the first year, it worked. Rebecca and I shared responsibilities. The kids seemed happy, and I thought we were building something lasting. I wasn't trying to replace Derek. He showed up inconsistently every other weekend when he felt like it. But I was present. I was the one picking them up from school, cooking dinner, helping with homework, driving them to practices. I loved those kids, and I thought they were starting to love me back. But somewhere around year 2, the tone changed. Tyler stopped thanking me when I did things for him. Ashley rolled her eyes every time I tried to help with homework. Jordan, the one who used to call me Kev, suddenly switched back to Kevin. Rebecca brushed it off. They're teenagers. They're testing boundaries. They'll grow out of it. But they didn't grow out of it. They grew into it. By year 3, I was practically invisible. At football games, Tyler would introduce Rebecca as my mom, while ignoring me completely, even though I'd been the one driving him to practices 3 nights a week for years. Still, I kept giving. Ashley wanted to join an expensive dance academy. I wrote the check. Jordan needed a math tutor. I hired the best one in town. Tyler's car broke down. I spent my weekend fixing it. And what did I get in return? Whatever, Kevin. Eye rolls, sighs, complete dismissal. Rebecca kept excusing it. They're dealing with trauma, she'd say. Derek fills their heads with nonsense about you. But Derek wasn't even around. The irony was painful. I was the one showing up, yet somehow I was the outsider. When Rebecca and I finally got married, I thought it would cement my place in the family. I thought the kids would see me as more than just mom's boyfriend. I was wrong. The wedding was small but beautiful. Rebecca looked stunning. The kids participated, but it was obvious their hearts weren't in it. During the reception, I overheard Ashley whisper to her cousin, "Yeah, Mom married Kevin. He pays for everything. So I guess it makes sense, not we love him, not he's good to us. Just he pays for everything." That should have been my wake-up call, but I kept hoping, kept trying. After the honeymoon, I suggested a family meeting, set some ground rules, talk about respect. Tyler cut me off mid-sentence. "Dude, just because you married our mom doesn't mean you're our dad." You need to understand that. Ashley nodded. "Yeah, Derek's our dad. You're just Kevin," and then Jordan, my sweet Jordan, landed the final blow. "You're nice, but you're not really family. You're more like mom's helper." Rebecca said nothing. Not a word. She didn't defend me, didn't correct them, just sat there in silence. That night, something inside me cracked. 3 months ago, I overheard a conversation that shattered any last hope. I'd come home early from a job site and heard the kids in the kitchen. "Tyler, Kevin thinks he's our dad." "It's embarrassing, Ashley." "I know, right?" He's just mom's husband, not family Jordan. He acts like he owns this house. He should be grateful mom lets him stay. And then they laughed, not even in a cruel way, just casually, like I was a joke. I stood in my own hallway, in the house I was paying for, listening to three kids I had raised for 7 years mock me as if I was some pathetic charity case. Something inside me didn't just break, it died. From that moment, I stopped trying to win them over. I started keeping records. Every bill, every payment, every expense. Mortgage, utilities, cars, dance lessons, tutors, phones, streaming subscriptions. Over 7 years, I had spent nearly $400,000 on this family, and that didn't even include the down payment on the house. The explosion came one night over dinner. Rebecca was working late, so it was just me and the kids. I brought home their favorite takeout. Tyler sat on his phone the entire meal. Ashley complained about her teachers. Jordan ignored me completely. When I asked Tyler to put his phone down, he sneered, "You're not my dad." "You don't get to tell me what to do," Ashley chimed in. "Yeah, Kevin. Just because you live here doesn't mean you make the rules." And Jordan, the one I'd loved the most, looked me in the eye and said, "This isn't even your house. It's ours. You need to remember your place." That was it. I set down my fork, stood up calmly, and said, "You're right. I do need to know my place." That night, I printed out every document, every receipt, every financial record, and I called my lawyer. When Rebecca came home, I played her the recording of the kids telling me I wasn't family. Her face drained of color. "Kevin, they're just kids." "They don't mean it," I cut her off. "Rebecca, they've been saying this for years. You've heard it. You've never once defended me." She tried to argue, but I slid the binders across the table. "These are copies of every expense I've covered. $400,000 over 7 years. "I'm done," Rebecca started crying. "You can't just abandon us." "I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm respecting what they want. They don't see me as family. Fine. They don't want me to make the rules. Fine. They want me to know my place. My place is anywhere but here." Within days, the consequences hit. The Wi-Fi shut off. Tyler's car insurance lapsed. Ashley's dance academy called about missed payments. Jordan's tutoring stopped. Suddenly, the random guy who pays for everything was gone, and so was the stability of their world. They came begging. Tyler first. "We didn't mean it like that." Ashley cried, "Please don't leave us." "We're sorry," Jordan said the cruelest thing of all. "I didn't know you were keeping track of money." That's kind of mean. Even in apology, I was the villain. Rebecca begged too. Promised things would change, but patterns don't change overnight. I'd given them 7 years and gotten nothing but disrespect. I moved out 2 weeks later, sold my half of the house. Rebecca and the kids had to move in with her sister. Derek, the real dad, was suddenly too busy for them. Months later, I got letters. Tyler admitted he never realized how much I did. Ashley wrote that she had taken me for granted. Jordan sent a drawing with "I'm sorry" scrawled in crayon. But none of them could say what they were truly sorry for. They weren't sorry for the disrespect. They were sorry I left. 6 months later, Rebecca texted, "Derek can't handle them. Tyler's failing school." Ashley quit dancing. Jordan cries every night. "They need you," I replied. "They made it clear I wasn't family." Nothing has changed. Then I blocked her number. Because here's the truth. You can't love someone into respecting you. You can't sacrifice your way into belonging, and you sure as hell can't buy your place in someone's heart. A year later, I met Sarah. She's a teacher, divorced, no kids. She treats me like I'm the most important man in the world. We're getting married next month. Sometimes I see Rebecca at the grocery store. She looks tired, older than her age. We nod politely but don't speak. Through the grapevine, I've heard Tyler dropped out of school, Ashley's working fast food, and Jordan is struggling academically. Do I feel guilty? Sometimes. But then I remember that night at the dinner table when Jordan said, "This isn't even your house. It's ours. Know your place." I knew my place all right, anywhere but there. So was I wrong for walking away from three kids who spent 7 years telling me I wasn't their family? For letting their real dad handle the consequences? For finally choosing myself? I don't think so. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop enabling bad behavior. even if it breaks your own heart. The kids thought just Kevin didn't matter. What they didn't realize was that Kevin was the foundation holding everything together. And when that foundation walked away, the whole house came crashing down. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've been through something similar, you know exactly what I mean. This is Venomous Vows, where the truth stings, but the lessons last.